When it comes to output, there are two things to consider regarding your files when printing or exporting. That would be the color space that your file is working in and the color space profile that the image is going to be printed to or output to. First, check your working color space under Adjustments, Work Color Space, and you can see the color space that your file is working in. sRGB is the color space we want our files to be in if we're going to upload images to the internet, and some photographic labs require sRGB for their workflow. Adobe RGB is a more popular color space for all-around workflow, and a wide gamut RGB is designed for 16-bit workflows, such as what we can do right here in DPP. As a matter of fact, we can work in and output in high-bit 16-bit images right from Digital Photo Professional. Apple RGB is designed for a closed-loop workflow, and Color Match RGB is an excellent color space to work in for pre-press workflows. Printing from DPP is done by going to the File menu and selecting Print, Print with Detailed Settings, Contact Sheet Prints, or using a plugin for printing, depending on the type of printer or software plugin that you have for printing. Let's start out by looking at the Print dialog, because this is where we want to establish 4 very important setups. One would be selecting the printer that we want to print to, and then next going to the pull-down menu and selecting Color Matching. Here you have 2 choices: Canon color matching, which makes everything very easy, or for a more advanced color matching workflow, select Color Sync. You can choose Automatic here, or you can choose a very specific profile for the printer you're printing to, or even go to Other Profiles if you've created custom profiles and find that profile to use. Here I'm going to go back to Canon color matching and let Canon do all the color work for me. Next would be Quality in Media. And this is one of the most important settings that you want to establish when printing, and that would be your media type. Choose the paper type that you're printing to, and then the print quality that you want to establish. Of course, I want to get the highest possible quality, and naturally the paper source, whether it's a front tray here or auto sheet feeder. You can also choose grayscale printing at this point if you simply want to print out your image to grayscale rather than full color. The fourth area that's important would be color options. And what's important here is that basically all of these settings are set to 0. The only exception to that is if for some reason your images come out too dark or too light, you can actually use the brightness setting here to print lighter or to print darker to compensate for light or dark options depending on the type of printing setup that you have. Once you've established these settings, then you can go to the Preset pull-down menu, select Save As, and type in the presets that you've just designed for your specific workflow. In this case, it'll be the 9000 printer using the platinum paper. So the next time I use this interface, instead of using a standard preset, I can choose the 9000 platinum preset and will not have to go back and visit these various windows. Noticing at the bottom here, it does tell me that I'm low on ink, and by going back to the pull-down menu to where it says Supply Levels, this will give me a quick view of the ink sets that I have, and it tells me my cyan's getting low. I may have to replace that soon. At this point, we're ready to print, and we'll go ahead and click Print.